All right, everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to open up some of these baseball card packs I was able to find at a flea market. These are going to be from the quote-unquote junk wax era, except for maybe one of the packs. This one under here is 2003, but all the other ones are 1987, 89, 92. They're going to be right from the heart of those junk wax era, but I'll be honest with you, these were a lot of cards that I did not purchase a lot of whenever I was a kid. I had quite a few of the Donners, but I really didn't get that many Bowman, and I definitely didn't buy many of these. So we're also going to look into this 1989 Topps Traded and see what that Ken Griffey Jr. card looks like in there. It looks like it's still in its original packaging, and so we'll give that one a look. Let's start with the pack that I'm probably the least excited about, 1992 O-Pee-Chee Premier. Don't know if there's anything good in here. I haven't really done a lot of research on 1992 O-Pee-Chee Premier, but this will be a little nostalgia. Looks like we got ourselves a Jose Melendez on the back. Don't know anything about him. Right off the jump, we have Brent Mayne. He was a backup catcher for the Royals. Did a pretty good job. Brent Barbary for your Montreal Expos. Love seeing those old Montreal Expos hats. Mark Carrion. Ryan Sandberg. There's our first Hall of Famer. You got that little French text down here because it is the O-Pee-Chee product. Also have some French on the back, second base, and then it has obviously the French version. So that's because these were printed in Canada. There's Albert Bell, Gary Carter. There's another Hall of Famer. So we got 2 Hall of Famers in this pack. Alan Trammell. We've got 3 Hall of Famers, and then Jose Melendez, who we saw on the back. So out of our cards that we hit so far, we hit Trammell, we hit Carter, we hit Sandberg. I know they're kind of off camera there. 3 Hall of Famers out of 8 cards. That's not a bad ratio. All right, let's go ahead and go into these Flir star stickers. From the front, you can tell it kind of looks those stickers. I don't know if you all had them as a kid. You stuck them on your folders and binders and stuff. The baseball team logo stickers. But on the back, you can tell that these are actually not just team stickers. There's also players. It almost looks like a real baseball card on the back, but then it's an actual sticker apparently on the front. So we'll get our Hall of Famers right back down there. So you've got this old school Detroit Tigers logo with the Yankees right there. And then you have these star stickers. I have never seen these anywhere. I just never purchased these as a kid. I don't even know if I ever even saw them. Julio Franco, Lee Smith. There's Hall of Famer, legendary closer Lee Smith. Gary Gaetti had a lot of good years for the Twins and then went to the Royals. Speaking of the Royals, Lonnie Smith. You can see the old AstroTurf out there at Royals Stadium, what it used to be called back then. And then Gene Garber. So those are pretty cool. You can bend that and peel off the sticker if you wanted. It's got all their minor league stats on the back. Obviously, you're probably going to hurt the value if you do that. But for some people, as a kid, that's what you wanted to do because you were more interested in a sticker than keeping something for what it could possibly be worth. All right, there's our Atlanta Braves and Baltimore Orioles sticker. And in pack number 2, we have Pete Rose. There's a nice one. That one's actually in pretty good condition. Bottom right-hand corner has a little bit of white on it, but that's in pretty good shape. Pete Rose, obviously not in the Hall of Fame, but legendary player in his own right. Sean Dunston, who is going to be the next big thing. Shortstop prospect there. Nolan Ryan in the old school Astros jersey. That's a nice one. There's a Mark Eichhorn, and to finish it off, a Juan Samuel. So that pack was pretty nice. Between the Pete Rose and the Nolan Ryan, we're doing pretty well. We'll put them right on display. Okay, next we'll go to this Star Minor League Baseball 1989 second series. I don't know who's in the Series 2. I looked up Series 1, and it had guys like Moises Alou and Tino Martinez. Series 2, I did not look up, but we will see who we have. I don't think these are really that in demand of a card, so we may not know all these names. There's Eric Alexander. Don't think he really made it. Mark Willoughby. Next, Tom Hardgrove for the Phillies. Don't know anything about him. John Johnstone for Pittsfield. Nope. Mike House. Trying to find a name I recognize here. Ron Morton. I haven't seen one yet. Kevin Belcher. That kind of sounds familiar. We've got Rob Nin. Now, I do know Rob Nin. He played very, very, very well there for the Dodgers and the Marlins as their closer. Rob Nin. And then we got a Willie Mota. Don't know a lot about Willie. And Chris Kazarnik. Obviously, the best card out of that box or pack is the Rob Nin. Selected in the 32nd round. Wow, 32nd round draft pick. He had a really nice career. So Rob Nin, the headliner of that pack. Next, Ichiro is on the cover of 2003 Upper Deck First Pitch. This is kind of like opening day is with Topps. You know, it's kind of like the scaled down version, not nearly as valuable. But you can find some short printed rookies of Jose Contreras and Hideki Matsui. And there's also autographs in here. I looked up the checklist. There are some autographs. It says a short print is 1 in every 4 packs. And we'll know we get a short print if we get a card that is above number 270. So I think like the base cards are 1 through 269, and then 270 to 300 are the short prints. And right off the bat, I like the look of these. Upper Deck always does really well with their photography. First pitch of Roy Oswalt. That's card number 139. They're in pretty good shape too. Albert Pujols. There you go. I don't know how many years Albert Pujols had been playing by then. It looks like he'd only been playing for 2 years. So I don't know if I have that one. I actually doubt I have that card. We'll put that right over there. Third card, Visente Padilla. He had kind of the reputation of being a hothead. We've got a Jason Marquis, pitcher for the Braves, and then Danny's Baez, and then that security tag to wrap it up. So I don't think we got any short prints. None of them were over 270. You can see the card numbers right there on the back. And then the Pujols was card 160. So the Pujols is definitely my favorite out of that bunch. And now let's get to the big show here. We're going to be looking for some 1989 Ken Griffey Jr. rookie cards in both of these packs here. Let's start with the 1989 Donruss. You know what we're looking for. It's that rated rookie that you can find pretty cheaply in a non-centered condition, but you can get one that's in really good shape and really centered. You've got yourself an actually pretty valuable card. Oh, what? It was the very first one, guys. What type of suspense is this? I take off the cardboard, the little puzzle of Warren Spahn, and look who is staring us right in the face, guys. And that looks like it's in really nice shape. I can just see the tiniest glimmer of white on that top left-hand corner, but this is in nice shape. There's no like print lines down here. Centering looks good. Oh no, well, this edge right here on the left has some white on the edge. So the edge right there on the left is a little bit white, but overall, the back centering looks not bad. Maybe it's kind of hard to tell because that paragraph doesn't go all the way to the bottom. It might be a little bit shorter on the top than it should be, but very first card out of the jump, just that little bit of white on the edge right there. Wow, you can't beat that. $2.50 pack at the flea market. Very first card. Are you serious, guys? Oh my goodness. That makes this whole trip worthwhile. See if I can get that in there without damaging it. And I'm going to obviously struggle with it now because I'm worried because this card is actually pretty nice. It's in nice shape. Corners look really, really sharp. Packed fresh. Just the tiniest bit of white right there on the edge. So there won't be any type of PSA 10 out of this card. But, I mean, I'm not a grading expert. But besides that edging, a little bit of white on the edge, this thing looks really nice, guys. Look at that. Ken Griffey Jr. Rated rookie. Very first card. So much for the suspense. I mean, I guess I can go through the rest of these here. Bob Welch, Cecil Fielder, Ron Oster, Don Mattingly. There you go, Hedgehog, if you need that one. I can send that one to you. Paul Ossenmacher, Ron Washington, former manager of the Texas Rangers, Jay Buhner, Dale Murphy, two big-time legends of the game, even though they're not exactly in the Hall of Fame, Pat Tabler. And let's go ahead. Maybe we can go 2 for 2. Pack number 2. I mean, who knows? I highly doubt it. This is like a giant set. I don't even know how many cards are in this set, but it's a giant set. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, they had like 660 card sets. I don't know what's in this. I'll have to look it up later, but Hal Morris, not a Ken Griffey Jr. right off the very first one. Mark Davis, Kansas City Royals signed him. They made a big offseason move, signed Mark Davis and Storm Davis. They were trying to get a World Series before their owner, Ewing Kauffman, passed away, and it blew up in their face. There's George Brett, really nice one. Very bad off-centering there. You can see how bad that is left and right compared to the Griffey that's really nicely centered. Brian Harvey, he went in the expansion draft, I think, to the Florida Marlins when they very first started. Kevin Brown, Yvonne Calderon, Ron Kittle. These are some names from Junk Wax lore. Ron Darling, who's now on MLB Network. And so, guys, that was really nice. These are my 2 favorite cards. You can see this one has a lot more centering issues. The Griffey just has that little bit of white on the edge, but the Griffey is centered super nice. Corners are sharp. That is a good opening. All right, let's see if we can make it 2 for 2. Can we hit it in this 1989 Bowman? There's a Griffey in here as well. Now, there's also gum I can feel on the front of this pack. I bought some of these as a kid, or I had some of these cards. There's the gum. I'm not going to taste that. Don't even ask me. But it was always really hard to store these cards, you know, just because they were so oversized. And so a lot of these that I had as a kid, they got dinged up, or I didn't really have a good way to put them in a binder or anything. And so there's Mike McFarland, Kansas City Royals. Frank White, legend for the Royals, has his number retired. There is Dave Henderson. You saw his card on the back. And before I cycled it to the front, that was Bob Brower. There's Sid Fernandez for the Mets. There's a Robin Ventura. That could be the rookie of Robin Ventura. Could be a rookie, it says, is making his debut. That's possibly one of the better rookies in this set, besides the Griffey. And then Jeff Bittiger ends us off. So anyway, they always had these little throwback cards, and every once in a while you'll see somebody say, "Oh, I've got this rare Duke Snider card," and then they don't realize it's a reprint. But anyway, this is pretty nice. There's the gum again, all damaged. Oh, we got a little piece of it here on Jim Traber. Sorry about that, Jim. Let's go ahead and flip these around. So our little reprinted card here is a Yogi Berra. That's a pretty cool one. It has this little sweepstakes or whatever on the back you could enter. I don't know a lot of these names, but and obviously with no team or name on the front, you just have to either read the signature or flip it to the back. Ron Hassey was that first one. There's Oral Hershiser and Will Clark. Will Clark, a young Will Clark right there. There is an Al Leiter card. I know who that is. Don't know that. John Cerruti, excuse me. Jeff Musselman for the Blue Jays, back-to-back Blue Jays. No Griffey so far. Nelson Santovina. There is a catcher, but that is not Craig Biggio. That's Alex Trevino. Here you have this guy looks really familiar. Like, he's the Yankees pitching coach, right? That's Mel Stottlemeyer, Todd Stottlemeyer, and then he must have had another son who played in the Royals minor league system. So that is definitely, that is a Mel Stottlemeyer coach card. It says he played with the Yankees. Oh, so maybe that is, no? Those are probably his sons, I guess. I don't know, I could be wrong. There's a Joey Meyer for the Brewers, Tom Herr for the Phillies. I remember him with the Cardinals, and then finishing off this great mustache on Jim Traber. So Bowman was a bit of a swing and a miss, but that's all right. We get the Donners come through for us. Let's go ahead and finish this up. I appreciate you sticking with me going through all these junk wax cards. This is not going to be junk wax. This should be a 1989 Topps Traded, unless the packaging here, you can see it was from at Sears. It cost $7, $6.99 at Sears back in the day. I don't know about you guys, but there's not too many Sears stores left, at least around here. This tape feels like it is the original tape. There's no adhesive on here at all. It's like it's not even, it's just kind of peeling back and just kind of withering as soon as I touch it. So I don't even need to use like a blade or a knife or anything to open it. There's really no stickiness left on that tape. So that makes me feel pretty good that this is original packaging. I don't really see any idea or any reason why this would not be legit. And here you go, fresh out of the box, brand new. It looks like never been touched. 1989 Topps Traded. There is an Omar Vizquel in here, but the Ken Griffey Jr. card is the one that is the main attraction. So if you ever do see this, 1989 is probably one of the better years to get. 86 has the Barry Bonds and the Bo Jackson, I believe, and that's super, super valuable and super tough to find at a really good price. But 1989 is starting to get up there as well. So we'll see what these cards look like. I honestly don't even know what number the Griffey is, but these things are fresh, man. They have never been taken out of this box. This is the first time these cards have seen the light of day. You can just tell by touching them. These are brand new, and so that has me pretty excited that the Griffey's going to be in really good shape. So I wish I knew that. There's a Deion Sanders, a young Deion Sanders. I wish I knew, there's Ken Griffey Sr., the number. I should have looked that up before I went ahead and opened it. There's the Randy Johnson that is a valuable card, decently valuable in its own right. You can see the back, kind of have that bright background to kind of separate it from the regular Topps release of that year. There's Nolan Ryan. That card was on MLB The Show. If you're a person who plays MLB The Show, you've seen that card quite a bit featured on there. All right, so there's a Ricky Henderson Topps Traded card as well, whenever he went to the Oakland Athletics, it looks like. So we'll find the Griffey in here. I wish I knew the number. Should have probably been prepared, but oh well. Live and learn. Oh, there it is, guys. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick inspection. Centering looks okay. Maybe a little bit thicker on the left and the right, but I don't know. That's definitely not bad at all. Maybe a little bit left to right. But the Ken Griffey Jr., this thing has never been touched before. The back of it, Look at the edges, got a little bit of a white edge right there. So that may cause it to be dinged up a little bit if I was going to get it graded. But that is an awesome card. I have a PSA 9 version of this that I picked up at a baseball card show. I don't know when, a couple months ago. In a PSA 9 version, I got it for about $15 or $20. And so buying this card raw, you could probably expect to pay about that much, $15 or $20. So I don't know if I'll get this one graded or not, but there it is, guys. I'm not going to go through the rest of the set. If you just really wanted to see it, you could just ask me, I guess, and I could go through it if you really, really wanted to. But on the back, there's really not anything too crazy. There's an Omar Vizquel rookie, and I think that's about it. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. We're about 16 minutes, so I better stop. We had a really successful opening here. We got ourselves some pretty cool 1989 Donruss. The Ken Griffey Jr. was the highlight. Here, the cool Ken Griffey Jr. And then some pretty fun cards down here from the late 1980s as well. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to catch you in another video. Be good out there.